Hi everyone, today I'm going to be talking through some new beauty launches. I know that the beauty industry can be incredibly overwhelming. There's always new products launching, and I thought it would be really helpful if I just sat down, went through some of them, told you my honest opinion, which ones I would recommend, which ones not so much, and just kind of chat with you about some new beauty stuff. This time of year there's always so much coming out, especially just before Christmas time. So here's a little breakdown of some of the stuff that I've been testing out recently. Okay, so first up are the new lipsticks from Maybelline. These are called the Creamy Mattes. They're $6.99 each, and you can get them in Boots, Superdrug, or whatever kind of local drugstore shop you have. The idea, as the name suggests, is a matte lipstick that's hydrating and creamy. I'm actually wearing one now. The one I'm wearing is called Divine Wine. It was a real struggle to find this shade. This was like the sellout one from the collection. The other shade that I have is Siren in Scarlet, which is a kind of standard red. Oops. So these are the two lipsticks, and I really like them. I really like the way they feel on the lips, very light. It's the sort of lipstick you'll forget you're wearing after about 10 minutes. I can't feel it on the lips at all. It's not drying or heavy. So I really love the texture of them. But because you're sacrificing that really matte kind of drying texture, they're definitely not as long lasting as a traditional matte as maybe the Charlotte Tilbury matte lipsticks. I can feel that it's the sort of lipstick that might wear off when I start eating or drinking, and the edges could easily be smudged if I kind of swiped it with my hand. So maybe this isn't the lipstick that I would wear if I had a really long night out or an event or anything like that. But if you want to experiment with a matte lipstick, you've never really tried one before, this is a good one to try because it's not so like, oh my god, that's really drying and matte. It's very comfortable. And these two shades are the only ones from the collection that I really liked, the red and the kind of dark burgundy. So for $6.99, I'd say they were worth trying. Just don't be upset if it doesn't last all day like a normal matte lipstick would. There's also a new launch from Collab. Collab is my friend Ruth's brand. I love Ruth, she's just my favorite person ever. This you can get in Superdrug, and they launched with dry shampoos, but since then they've done a texturizing, I think, volumizing spray, and now they've launched this, which is the glossing hair fragrance. So the idea of this is it's infused with diamond, silk, and precious oils. So it'll add moisture, it's a bit like a dry conditioner, and it will also add a really nice scent to your hair. Put some on now. It just is like a hairspray. It does add a little bit of hold as well. There is a little bit of texture in there, which I like for my hair. It smells nice. It's quite like a fresh linen-y scent. It says it's got like shimmer in there, which normally that would really scare me, but it's not like shimmer that's that noticeable. It's just a really nice kind of glossy finish that it gives on the hair. So I really like that, and I like the colouring of the packaging. It's a bit like All Bay. Maybe a non-essential, but it's really bad to spray perfume on your hair. It's not good for your actual hair. So if you do like to have a scent in your hair for when you like brush past someone and they think, oh, she smells nice, then go for a hair perfume like this instead. And it's only $4.99. You guys know how much I love the Hourglass ambient lighting powders and the ambient lighting blushes. Wasn't a massive fan of the bronzers, but I really like the whole range in general. And Hourglass have recently launched this palette, which everyone's been going a bit wild for online. It's, I think, coming out for Christmas. It's already out, but it's like their Christmas gifting collection. And it's got 6 powders in it. Now, I've seen some really mixed reviews online. Some people are complaining that it's too small, that the kind of pans are too small to use. I personally think it's a great size because if a palette's too big, I just don't know when I would use it, whereas this you can kind of take away with you and it's not too large. I think that's pretty big already. The whole palette is £65, which is a lot of money, but there are palettes that are a lot more than that. And I think for this, that's kind of a good price. It's what I would expect it to be. Only one of the powders is new. They do have some of my favorites though. Mood Exposure, which is my favorite blush. Really can't say that word. This one in the middle is Luminous Flush, which I didn't have already. It's quite a bright pink. Not sure that's my fave, but they're good too to have in here. And then they've got the light bronzer. I don't love the bronzer, but if I was to pick out the two, that's a good one to have in a palette. And then the powders at the top, they've got Dim Light, which is my favorite setting powder. It's like a slightly yellowy powder, so I always use that to set my concealer. And that's the one I use pretty much every day. And then the one in the middle is the new one, which is Iridescent Light, and it's like a pinky shimmer. Not a massive fan of pink shimmers, but that would be nice for like tops of the cheekbones. And then the one on the far right is Diffused Light, which is a really nice, am I getting these the right way around? I think I've just got those switched around. Oh yeah, Diffused Light is the one that I use every day. Dim Light is the slightly more bronzy one. Or it's like slightly peachy. Anyway, I think it's a really good selection that they've put in there. I think it's a really nice gift. I think the price point is what I would expect for this. And they're great powders, so for me, I think it's a good one. Okay, the next launch is from Benefit, and you guys know I'm not a fan of the They're Real mascara, so whenever there's a new launch from the They're Real range, I know that it's probably not going to be for me because mascara is a very personal thing, and I think they either work for you or they don't, and They're Real just didn't really work for me, but it's the UK #1 best-selling mascara, so clearly a lot of people love it, so I thought I would put this in for you guys. This is the Tinted Primer. Estee Lauder launched the Little Black Primer earlier on in the year, and that was the kind of first mascara primer that I'd seen. The idea is that you apply it before your mascara and it primes your lashes ready for the mascara, giving extra length and volume. So Benefit have jumped on the bandwagon and they've done their own tinted primer. It comes in brown, and yeah, it didn't really work for me if I'm honest, but if you're a fan of They're Real, it will probably work for you and it will probably go really nicely with the mascara. But for me, I just feel like it didn't really add anything to the lashes and it kind of separated them in a funny way. I really like the Estee Lauder Little Black Primer. It's also really nice as just an everyday kind of very subtle mascara. But for me, this one isn't really something that I would purchase. This launch I found really, really exciting. I've been a fan of the Bobbi Brown corrector and concealers for so many years. They're little creamy pots. The corrector are like peachy, salmony tones to cancel out the dark purple and blues under your eye, and then the concealer is like a traditional concealer. I've always been more a fan of the corrector, and then I've used my own concealer, but either way it's like a Bobbi Brown bestseller. And they've recently launched a serum version, which I think is a great idea because the creams can be a little bit fiddly, they can be a little bit too creamy. I feel like as much as I love them, I never end up using them daily because I don't really like to use my hands and it's quite hard to use with a brush. So now they've brought out these and I think they're fantastic. I never use the word fantastic. Fantastic, I don't know why I said that. They come with little doe foot applicators, which are so much easier to use, and also the packaging is really small, so that's good. I haven't got the exact colour match for me, so it's been quite hard to test it, but I tested it out just knowing that the colours wouldn't be right, more for the formula, and I really like them. It is slightly more of a serum texture, so if you have oily skin, it might be a bit too slippy for you, but I've got really kind of dry skin, especially under my eyes, so for me it was really hydrating and really nice. I just apply it straight with the doe foot and then either use my finger to dab it in or use a brush to blend it in. And you put the corrector first to get rid of the dark circles and then you use the concealer on top. And I love the formula. There are so many colours. I think there are about 16 or 17 shades in each one. So if you go to a counter, they'll colour match you specific to your skin tone and depending on what sort of dark circles you have. But I think this is a great launch. And they are a bit more expensive than the cream correctors and concealers. These are £28 each and the creamy ones were £19 each. But I think for the better packaging and the better formula, it's definitely worth the extra money. So I'm going to go and get the correct colour for me because I got sent these and they don't quite suit me because I think they're really great. As you guys know, I really love the Sunday Riley Lunar Oil, which is the blue one. I use it at night, especially when my skin is playing up and it just soothes my skin and sorts it out. It's like a magic oil. I don't even know how it does it, but it's brilliant. And they recently launched a new cleanser that's very similar to the Lunar Oil. I had a sample pot for about a month that I was testing out and they've just brought out the full size, so I thought I would test it for a good few months and then let you know what I think. So this one hasn't been used much, but I've used the sample up completely. So it's called the Blue Moon Tranquility Cleansing Balm, and it's blue because it used blue tansy like the Lunar Oil, and it also uses cocoa butter, which you can really smell. It smells like chocolate, which sounds amazing, but personally I don't love the scent. I don't know why. I don't really like the scent of cocoa and it's not really something I want to put on my face. When it comes to skincare, I'd obviously prefer it to have no scent, but if it's going to have a scent, then I like kind of the spa, essential oils, lavender scented things that are really relaxing. This for me is just a little bit too sickly. Not a fan of the scent. The cleanser, it cleansed my skin well and took off makeup well, but for a balm, I can only compare it to the balms that I have and like, which are the Emma Hardy Cleansing Balm and what other balms have I liked? Well, the Renaissance Cleansing Gel is more of a gel oil. So compared to the Emma Hardy, I found that this, instead of going from a balm to an oil, it sort of crumbles. You can kind of see in here that it's quite crumbly. And I found, let me just close this. I found that when I was rubbing it onto my skin, it was kind of just crumbling, and I'm not sure if I enjoyed that texture on my skin. I would prefer it to be smoother and turn into an oil that I can really work into the skin. So for me, it wasn't quite perfect. I'm not really sure it's something that I would continue to use. I would prefer to buy the Emma Hardy Cleansing Balm or the Oskia Renaissance Cleansing Gel. But I do still love the Lunar Oil, so I don't know, maybe, I know some people love this, it's just wasn't quite for me. Oh, and this costs £46 and you get 100 grams. This launch is really, really interesting. It's from RMS and it's the Ultimate Makeup Remover Wipes. You guys know that I don't really tend to use wipes. I only really use them on aeroplanes or when I'm camping. I don't even really use them when I'm being lazy at home because I use just a cotton pad and micellar water. You get 20 wipes in a box and the box costs £12. So let me show you. If you open the box, each wipe is individually wrapped in silver foil. I don't think this is very economically friendly, but apart from that, I will just talk about the wipes and what they're like. So they're coconut oil wipes. As far as I'm aware, that's all that's in them is just coconut oil, which is really nice. It's, oh, it says 100% eco-friendly. Noted. Safe to use on eyes, good, all right for blemish prone skin, melts away eye makeup, all of that stuff. So you know, you've heard before about using coconut oil to remove makeup, but it can get a bit messy and a bit grubby and it feels a bit weird. So they've kind of made it easier to remove your makeup with coconut oil because it's in a white form. I wanted to try these because they sound really different and interesting, and I think these are like the future of makeup wipes because if you buy like the simple skincare wipes, they're quite wet, aren't they? Whereas these are completely dry. It's so weird when you feel the wipe, they're dry, but they remove makeup so incredibly well and quickly. I bought a range of eyeliners here with me, so I'm gonna kind of demonstrate on my hand. I'll waste a wipe, sacrifice it for the video. Okay, so Tom Ford liquid eyeliner. Let's put that on. Put on my Kat Von D tattoo liner. I feel like I'm doing an eyeliner testing video. Heart eyeliner. That's more of like a creamy one. And a L'Oreal black liquid eyeliner. Okay, so I've put all of those on my hands. I'm just gonna let them dry for a bit. So you just rip open the packet and it's all folded up. And as I said, it's like dry. It's so weird. Feels slightly greasy, but not wet. So it opens to that big. It's very little. And let me see. So that's my hand. One wipe. Two wipes. If I actually went for it. Pretty much removes, it's not a one wipe wonder, but the eyeliner's pretty much gone there. And you can see it's kind of gone onto the wipe. You can be very gentle with it, and I don't know, you probably can't see my hand from there, but my hand's kind of like, oh, it really smells like coconut oil. I don't love the smell of coconut oil. Rich always cooks with it. It kind of feels moisturizing, a little bit greasy, very little bit greasy. So they're obviously more expensive than normal face wipes, but if you're only using them occasionally on flights like me, then I think it's better to use something like this on your skin. So much better, it doesn't strip your skin and takes off makeup faster. So yeah, really interesting, definitely the future of face wipes right there. Okay, I've left this next launch till last because I know that I'm gonna get so much stick because the prices of these products are crazy. I was very lucky and I was sent the whole range to try. And when I first got them, I thought, you know, this is a new brand I've never heard of. I wasn't really that excited because I didn't know much about it. So I didn't really look into it much and I just tried the products and I thought I'll let them speak for themselves. And oh my God, I can't even explain to you how incredible these products are. I don't know what I'm gonna do when I finish them. I'm actually a bit panicky about it because they're so amazing. This is exclusively, pretty much, apart from my Oskia cleanser, all I've used for about 3 weeks now. They are brilliant. So the brand is called, I don't know how you pronounce it, whether it's, I think it's Kite Press or Kite Press. I'm not sure, but it's all like vegan friendly, organic, natural. I mean, I will link down below their website because there is a list of all the things that it is, but everything you can imagine pretty much is that. And they come in these little glass bottles with a pipette. So there's quite a few products and the prices are insane. They're so expensive, but the reason I wanted to mention them is because everyone has a different budget. Some people prefer to spend very little money on skincare, but there are definitely people who like to spend a lot of money on skincare. So for those people, I thought I would let you know about these products too. So the blue bottles, I have a few of the blue bottles. There's antioxidant dew, which says quench and glow, and I use that in the morning. That's like a milky white serum, and that is really nice for hydration and glow in the morning. There's also Moonlight Catalyst, which is refine and renew. This is a great one to use in the evening. This one has retinoids in it, and it's really great for like clearing the skin, and I put this on in the evening. Sorry if you can hear the lawnmower thing outside, it's very annoying. I put this on in the evening, woke up in the morning, my skin was just like new skin. It literally felt like new skin and it felt incredible. So I've been using that a lot in the evening. I use that instead of the lunar oil, or I kind of alternate. And then there's also clearing serum, which says balance and calm. This one I would use if I had spotty skin, and it's slightly like stingy, but I love this one. All kinds of ingredients in it. I'm going to list them below and you guys can look into it if you want. I won't bore you with the ingredients list. And then there are the oils, and they've got 3 different types of oils, a 1, 2, a 3. They come in either 14 milliliter bottles, which are quite tiny, or the 47 milliliter bottles. The 14 milliliters are £70, and the 50 ml go up to £175 for a face oil. It's absolutely crazy, but you know what I'm gonna say, it's the best face oil I've ever tried. It's amazing. I've only got 1 and 2, so I don't know what 3 is like, but Beauty Elixir 1, so it says it's got 1,000 roses in it, which is why it's so expensive. Whenever a product's expensive, it's because they're like either handmade or they've got like crazy expensive ingredients in it. This one, I don't love the smell. It smells a bit like Indian food. That's what I'm getting from it, or like celery or something like that. If the oil feels incredible on your skin, I'm obsessed with this. I've been using it every night, but I think I prefer the scent of the Beauty Elixir 2, which is a bit more like spa-like. It's definitely got lavender or something in it. It smells really, really nice. I prefer the smell of 2, but both of them, the oils, I've never tried a face oil like it. It just feels so great on the skin. I'm not going to bang on about this. I think the whole range is incredible. I love the products. I don't know what I'm going to do when I run out because they're amazing. I'm going to want to repurchase them straight away. But if you like to spend that much money on your skincare, go and check out the range. I think at the moment it's exclusive to Selfridges. I know there's a little stand there in the beauty department because I went there recently. So go and check it out if you would like to. Okay, so those are all the new launches that I'm going to talk through today. I hope that was helpful to some of you. Maybe now you can add some things to your Christmas wish list, or cross off some things that you kind of were interested in buying, but maybe now you don't want to. I just wanted to sit and give you guys an honest review of some of the products that I've been trying recently. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on Tuesday for my next weekly vlog. Bye.